Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Thesis on Cardano. In today's talk, we bring you Intersect Marketing Working Group. To be exact, 4 members of the group to tell you everything about how it's going there. We also discuss many important Cardano ecosystem subjects such as governance, budget, marketing of Cardano itself, and many more. All in all, as per usual, enjoy the talk.
Well, thank you for joining me on this beautiful Saturday. It's very cold where I am. I don't know how it is at your places, but I feel that winter is coming.
Someone is watching Game of Thrones.
Watched before when it was on. Yeah, thank you for taking some of your time to talk with me a little bit. What I'm trying to do with this is I'm filming a few podcasts in these weeks, trying to talk with different people from Cardano community, and I will publish it when the time of voting for Fund 13 comes to raise awareness of us doing something and having some proposals, which I will speak about in the intro of this video, and maybe we touch on it also here. But basically, I think there's a lot of stuff is happening in Cardano, and especially in last few months, half year, with the governance taking its run and becoming a real thing. And that's one of the reasons why you are here today to tell us a bit more about that, because you are so involved in Intersect Marketing Working Group, and I think you're the most qualified to tell us how it is inside there. I would like if you can, all of you, just quickly tell 1 minute of less, if you need, if you can also take less, about your background and how did you end up here in Cardano and then Intersect. So in any order that you'd like to.
So I'm in Cardano since, oh my God, 2018 or something.
Okay.
And I've been, getting into Catalyst at first, and and I made some projects there and got funded, fortunately. And then I started my own project, which is Cardano After Dark and Sea Poker, where we're building a decentralized poker application. Then I did some meetups. I mean, it's not that hard, right? Rent a room and invite some people, make a site on meetup.com. And then there was this form for becoming a Cardano ambassador. So I did that. It got accepted. So I'm a Cardano ambassador as well. And now I'm also, I got involved with Intersect, joined all these different meetings that you can find on Discord. And I felt like the marketing working group was the one where I fit the most. So, tried to help there. And now I'm part of the marketing working group.
Amazing. Thank you. Martin?
Yeah, my name is Martin. As you see, I started getting involved in crypto around 2021, January 2021. As everybody probably, I started trying to trade, but then quickly realized that this is not my thing. And I found the famous whiteboard video of Charles Hoskinson. I watched that, and I liked very much the mission behind Cardano. And I started to read more, understand more. I noticed that there are few communities around the world from different countries. For example, Israeli Cardano community, German Cardano community, and so on. So I decided to found the Bulgarian Cardano community. I'm from Bulgaria. So I did that. Then later on, I chose to get the niche a little bit narrow. So I created a marketing agency that focuses on Cardano, and I'm working currently on a few projects there. So I created a stake pool also. I'm a stake pool operator on the Cardano blockchain, and Then later I got into when Intersect was founded. In the beginning, I didn't participate that much, but later on, noticed the marketing working group in the Intersect. I joined and started talking with people, listened to the weekly meetings, which are very valuable. So I understood more of how Intersect is structured. I liked it. I decided that if it's not us, who else will gonna do a work for Cardano to market Cardano and to promote the ecosystem. So yeah, and I'm now part of the marketing working group as a secretary. Now this is my role, and I'm glad to be here. And I hope we bring Cardano to the moon next year.
It started today.
Yeah.
Breaking $1. Good, thank you. El?
Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you hosting this for us and having us here to chat with you. My name is Nicodemus Rodriguez. I'm currently serving as the marketing working group's lead. I have a background in writing and education. I've been a copywriter, content developer, project manager, and served in a variety of other content marketing roles for like I guess the past specific to the crypto blockchain industry, like maybe the past 5 or 6 years. Within the Cardano ecosystem specifically, I've served as a lead content developer and copywriter for the Cornucopias project. I was a part of their first 5 mints and helped to plan marketing strategies that effectively sold, I think it was, I think like 14 billion, or not billion, 14 million ADA in NFT sales for the Cornucopias project while I was with them. And then I bounced around between other projects after my time with them. I had to leave the project for personal reasons. I ended up doing a little bit of time as a technical writer and part of the creative strategy team for Fluent Finance, which is a stablecoin project that's building on the Hedera blockchain. That was a pretty interesting experience. We got to learn about stablecoin tokenomics, got to get behind the scenes with a lot of really interesting technical writing, and I got to help draft a lot of pitch decks and letters to heads of state about the nature of stable coins and so on and so forth. And then most recently, I had been working with the Clarity Protocol as a social media manager. I helped to plan the marketing initiatives that led to the Clarity token raising $10 million treasury for the Clarity DAO protocol. Granted, I'm not going to take all the credit for that. That was part of the team's endeavors to do that. But it's nice to have that little notch in your belt as a marketer, right, where you have a successful token sale. And then all of that kind of aligned me with governance, which is where I'm currently probably most active at Intersect. I'm currently sitting on the Intersect Constitutional Council as an alternate member. So I'm getting very involved in the constitutional process. I was a Constitution Workshop host for the ATX or the Austin, Texas Constitutional Workshop. I also got a chance to speak as one of the member highlights at the Intersect AMM in Austin, Texas for the North American Hub. And I currently serve as the marketing working group's lead. I'm just doing my best to provide value to the community, help support the group and Intersect's various initiatives, and see what we can do to realistically help to market the ecosystem strengths, right? And there's a lot of talent in the ecosystem. There are a lot of people who are very eager and willing to highlight Cardano's potential. And I find myself surrounded by people who are extremely passionate and extremely skilled in what they do. And so it's a pleasure to work with all of the folks who are here with us. So that's more or less who I am in a nutshell, right? My Cardano rap sheet.
That's great to know. Thank you. Quite a list of things you did. So amazing. Gintama, hello.
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 Okay, so my name is Vaibhav from India, but I'm known as Kintama in Web3 and Cardano. So that's how people call me. And my journey, the thing is, I was invited by my friends that, hey, come here. There's a way to make 3 times the money in just few days. I was like, what scam are you talking about? Okay. And then he told me like this NFTs on Cardano and you mint stuff, you sell it, people buy it. I was like, what nonsense? Why will someone pay for internet pictures like when you can get for free? And then I was like, okay, let me also try my luck. And then I joined Cardano. And as expected, the first project I joined was a rug, and that's how I became Cardano community member. Then I met a lot of people from the NFT side, made a lot of connections, and few have like gone to become leads of various projects, successful projects on Cardano now, and it's been a nice journey. And just learned about what is Cardano, what is crypto, what Cardano stands for, decentralization, blockchain, uh, DeFi, and everything about crypto, because that's when my journey started. And then I became a mod at a few projects, community moderator, uh, and then I joined Thesis and Dysmorphia in 2022 December back then, where so that's how that was one of the major parts of my journey in Cardano, where I met Thesis, met Tia now, and so yeah, and that's how I was like interested in like as they were doing a survey, I got to know about the data, and that's when the governance talk started. I think around somewhere 23 December last year. I was like, what is this governance thing? Totally new to it. And I think one of the spaces with Charles, he was talking about intersect. I was like, what is this intersect now? New things are popping up every day, right? So I was like, okay, let me check out. And then I got to know, okay, in the new era, they are going to be one of the uh, like integral part for the new era. So I was like, okay, let me join. So I joined in Intersect in May of this year, April, and I was interested as a community member to market Cardano. So I joined the marketing working group. And what are these guys doing? Let me see. So yeah, since then I've been a part of marketing working group, actively participating, contributing to ways, and lucky to meet these guys in the room and working with them. And the journey is just started. Yeah.
Yeah, I think one part of your journey is just starting, but for the past few years, I feel that now in Intersect you are kind of a representative of the Degen community, let's call it that way, because I think that was like the start of your journey in Cardano, as it was for so many people. And I think I'd like to touch on that at some point of this talk, like the difference between different community members in Cardano, like founding entities, and then just the community members who were here and started getting involved in Cardano, probably because of wish to get rich overnight, something like that. Okay, so mentioning Intersect on so many places, and I mean that's the thing that's connecting you at the moment. Who would like to tell us, maybe in your own words, or there is a definition of what Intersect basically is doing, and what's the goal of Intersect as an organization? Because I think it's still very overwhelming for a majority of community of Cardano to actually get a grasp of the whole governance thing, and then what's the Intersect part of it, and work in it. And yeah, if you could explain it like for dummies, what would the explanation of Intersect be?
Do you mind if I take a stab at it?
Yes, please. You go.
No problem. So given the time that I've been there, I feel like the best way to summarize Intersect, it's a very large group of very interested and passionate people in the Cardano ecosystem who are trying to figure out how to work together. And that's really the easiest way to summarize it, right? Everyone who's there has an interest in advancing the Cardano ecosystem in one way or another and wants to get involved and understands Intersect is the place where we can come to do that collectively as a members-based organization. And if you want to go into like the details and maybe the drama associated with some of the situations that we have encountered and all that, like that's all besides the point. At its core, the goal of Intersect, I believe, is to bring people who are passionate about Cardano together so that we can work as a unified body of or unified members-based organization. So I think that's been my understanding, or at least what I'm trying to take from this experience.
And I think that's a tough thing to do, to get people to come together who were here from many different areas and then coming together to form a governance basically. And I remember the start of like Intersect Discord and me joining there and seeing what the talks were about. It was all very unorganized, I would say, and it was tough to get those first steps actually to get you somewhere, and to actually do something, because there is no one to tell you you should do that or you must do that, and just over time I think people actually got their roles and assignments and found the structure of how to do things. uh, I think we can mention a bit about just the start of marketing working group also in that way, how it was on the first marketing meetings, and what, like, everyone just had ideas. And when do you say when would you think that, like, the things have started to become more structured and had some, like, organization and format of how we're going to do some things? How would you compare, like, the beginnings and then when things started to change in marketing working group?
If you allow me, I can jump into that, and
Yeah.
I want to add something to the structure of Intersect. So generally now the Intersect is formed by 7 type of committees, or 7 committees, and they are Intersect Steering Committee, Product Committee, Budget Committee, Civics Committee, Membership and Community Committee, Technical Steering Committee, and Open Source Committee. So everything is in Intersect is structured beneath these committees, and we have the working groups beneath these committees that are aligned. It depends on what the working group is doing. And currently the marketing working group is under the MCC committee, Membership and Community Committee. And that is the basic structure. So in the beginning, Intersect was, as you said, way more unstructured, a bit of a mess, but now we are getting there. With each day passing, the structure is more and more clear, and we get to invite and accommodate more and more people, and with the help of a lot of people, not only us, the structure is getting better and better with each day.
Yeah. That's how it feels and looks also from the outside, I would say, like with the Twitter presence, or like what the announcements look like, and all the stuff like that. So how was it in the beginning, just in your group, marketing working group, forming it basically? What were the first steps that all of you did to get where you are at the moment? How did the first meetings look like? And yeah.
I'll go about it. So I think it was back in April when the marketing working group was started by Jack, who is the marketing head at Intersect. So at then in April, the marketing working group was not under any committee, or it was just a working group structure of outside the committees. Like, we had no oversight from any of the committees, and we were planning how to better market Cardano in 2025 and prepare a budget. So the group was started. Uh, I think the first charter was written by Mladen from Anesthesia Lab. So he was a part of marketing working group back in April. But then I think sometime around in May, those guys, I don't know, due to more being busier in their other projects, they had to leave the working group. So it was me, Nico, and few other guys at that time that were kind of there active, checking out how it is going on. Then I think from May I think May 10 and above, we started to pick up pace. We did a lot of things, Miro board work and brainstorming ideas together. And then all the timeline was set for what we need to achieve in 2024. And then we worked together. We had a lot of discussions, and slowly a lot of people started to be interested in the marketing working group. A lot of people joined to contribute there. And yeah, we reached the point now that, to be honest, I can say that we are one of the most successful marketing working group handled by the community members itself, with very minimal intersect help at some point. Like we build it from our community passion for Cardano. All of the people present here and contributing in the marketing working group every day, every week at the meetings.
Yeah. Maybe I lost you a bit at the end. Something was breaking, but I think I got the gist. Yeah, I think I was going to mention at some point that I think when I look at Intersect Discord as a whole, and I look at the other committees and working groups, I always see that marketing working group is the most active one. I think probably that's due to just the word marketing. I guess most of the people, it's easiest for them, whoever comes to Intersect Discord, to maybe check on that thing rather than, I don't know, technical steering committee, if you are not really technical and a developer or something like that. So I guess that marketing, in essence, draws the biggest attention to itself. And everyone knows that it's important to market Cardano better, so we all, can pump our bags in the end. So yeah, I mean, I feel that all of you are working really a lot on all of this, basically bringing it up from the ground up and putting it on its legs. I know that at some point you mentioned that you got the assignment of creating a budget for marketing for 2025. Can maybe someone speak a bit more about that? Like, where did that assignment come from, and how well prepared were you as a marketing working group to handle that? What were like the data that you were given to work with, or were you not given any data and you had to come up with some things yourself? So yeah, I know that the budget process was a bit tough on all of you. So if you can maybe get on that a bit.
Yeah, first of all, I think, the activity and maybe a bit the success as well, that comes from the name of the game, right? Marketing, that is getting people involved. And also I want to, say thanks to Nico, who's doing a great job at that, and everyone else too, of course. But, Nico, you just stand up. About the proposal, well, yeah, I got to toot my own horn here a little bit. That was, I hope, a bit my success. I was, so Laura said, we gotta do this budget proposal now. And, I created this document, sent it into the chat. And the first week I took like maybe half an hour every day and, added a little bit and played around. And I feel like other people didn't really want to, because after a week, there's so much in there already. People didn't want to, contribute to that because they didn't want to mess up or something, as it is usually, in the space. People are a bit shy. But then on the next week, we figured out, well, we got to do this until Monday. And on the weekend, we had like 2 8-hour sessions, and everybody joined in over those 2 days. And we really fleshed this out, of course, because I was pretty new at the time. Half of the things that I wrote in there over the week, they got thrown out. But yeah, I think we did a pretty good job. And in the end, it was like way too early. I think no one else had the budget proposal yet. Yeah, but this is a little bit the story of how we did that.
Yeah, let me go. Sorry.
Please, you go.
Let me go ahead and kind of bounce off of what Simon said. And major kudos to Simon because he came into the marketing working group at a time when we were facing this challenge, and he brought a lot to the table as far as like structure and organization and thought process. So I think the marketing working group owes Simon a debt of gratitude for just helping to really kickstart that budget drafting process, and he has been an invaluable player on the team since then. So a lot of love to Simon, of course, absolutely. And the way he described the process is pretty accurate. I think one of the group's finest attributes is their ability to spontaneously organize, and it was over this very intense. Like I feel like it was more than 8 hours. It felt like 40 hours packed into one weekend. But no, we had marketing experts from all different fields from within the Cardano ecosystem coming in to chime in and offer some advice, offer some feedback, offer thoughts, and at the end of the day, we did receive very little instruction going into the assignment. We were effectively given just a few points to consider, and then that was it. And it has been kind of difficult to get more direction concerning the budget process since then, or during that time. But since then, we have gotten more direction. We understand where we are in the budgeting process. But at the time, like none of this was to our knowledge. We didn't know any of this. We just knew that we had to assemble a proposal, and we were going to be working with purely speculative, purely hypothetical figures. And everyone got together, and I think we did a really good job. Like Simon definitely led the efforts, and there was a long drafting period. There was a long period of discussion. Every item on the budget was meticulously debated for what seems like hours. And at the end of the day, we got what I think is a pretty good version 1. We're currently in the revision process, going for that really killer version 2, where we're seeking feedback from the community and from the D-reps and from other experts in budgeting and marketing and so on and so forth to really get this to a point where it's going to be palpable for the community. Because I think we all would like to see the MWG get funded and for Cardano to have really amazing marketing initiatives. But yeah, once again, kudos to Simon. It was a heck of a process.
Yeah, thanks.
I think all of us would love to see like your group prospering and getting funded basically, and doing the tough work of marketing Cardano. I know I listened to like Charles speaking about it recently, and how like no marketing has been done till now basically, and like his answer was that who was supposed to do it. And I think now with governance and the community deciding what to do with funds, I agree that this should be one big part of the budget. Big, I mean enough big to support everything that should be done in the marketing. So what basically then would be the final, or I would say executive role of marketing working group when the budget gets approved and you get some funds? What would marketing working group be doing first, or in the next year? What is the plan?
Yeah, so we basically have 3 budget items, which is one is the operational budget, which is a team of marketers that on one side do the facilitate the funding that we give out to the community, which I come to in a minute, but also the idea which is discussed actually right now a little bit is that this team also markets Cardano itself, having a team that is funded by the ecosystem or the treasury to market Cardano itself, being beholden to that group. And I think that is an interesting idea that should be explored. But we have to talk with the community about that, and some of the D-reps might have to be convinced, or maybe we'll have to change it, right? The other thing is the funding. So we have most of the money goes into funding people inside Cardano or maybe even outside Cardano if they, can help us with marketing Cardano. So those are gonna be either grants or maybe also subsidies and loans to establish businesses. And then the third portion is going into oversight and auditing, which is going to Intersect directly. So they're going to take care of that. So we have someone, from outside who can look at us and say, all right, well, might not be so good. This is great, and so on.
Great. Well, you mentioned one important topic here, marketing of the Cardano itself. How would you, Salmon, describe it? What would that mean to market Cardano itself? And do you have like the perfect slogan? What would it be, maybe?
I'm
any
not a
idea?
marketer. I gotta give this question to Nico or Martin or
Okay.
Chintama.
Before we start, I just wanna show this. Wait, the other side. Okay, you don't see it.
Yes, yes. That's it.
Yeah,
we have the domain already.
hopefully the domain and the one for the website, the main one for marketing Cardano. So we're getting there, building it. It's on its way.
Yeah, Martin, sorry. Martin, I think, was recently deputized as our official brand officer. So he's going to be making some interesting calls concerning the representation of Cardano marketing and all of the initiatives behind that. But I think kind of just to add some context to your question from earlier, moving into 2025, I think the marketing working group, if provided that we are able to get the budget passed by the Cardano community, I want the Cardano community to kiss our budget when we're done and be like, this is fantastic, this is beautiful, we love this, right? So that's priority number one. But coming out of that, provided that happens and we're able to get everything within our governance infrastructure to approve it, we need to seriously consider about how are we going to organize and get structured in a way that we're going to be able to handle the influx of proposals that comes in, because 80% at the moment of that budget, of that overall ask, is dedicated towards community marketing initiatives. What is that going to look like? What does that process look like? How are we going to be intaking these things and processing these things, assigning funds, so on and so forth? So all that infrastructure needs to be built and ready to go as soon as possible. And so I think right now one of the main focuses of our group is iteration. We're trying right now, like what would this look like? We're encouraging members of the marketing working group to submit their proposals to our community creative space. We submit them to community review, right? And then if the community likes these and they pick up steam and they have someone who's willing to champion them, they become a subject of one of our meetings, right? And so like this is part of our incubation phase where like, is this the structure that we're going to be able to draw on to then be able to immediately spring into gear once these funds become available? So all of these things are on our roadmap. We're sitting down, we're figuring out how do we get this structure implemented. We're working with great ideas from the community. Like AdaLink has a fantastic template that we might be able to just kind of copy paste and tweak and adjust to our specific needs. And we're getting feedback from different individuals who have been involved in Project Catalyst and just community organizing and live events to figure out what is the most feasible way to go about this process. So in my opinion, I think coming into 25, that is crucial. If we can get that process cemented and figured out and be flexible with it and efficacious with it, we're going to go very, very, very far.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, it's kind of like putting all the parts in its place and then just getting the funds and doing the work would be great for that to happen that way. What do you think? How to market Cardano itself?
Yeah, I would like to jump in on that. So let's go back a few months ago that during a Mirrorbot session, we were told to do research that what are the marketing techniques used in today's normal world. So we did research on that and we came to like 6 things: digital marketing, content marketing, event marketing, influencer marketing. And yeah, I think, am I missing something? I think these are the main ones. And that's how basis of today's budget was made that we will make a structure that will help Cardano and the projects to each tap into all these marketing areas so that they can expand their user base. So that's how one of the idea comes from, that we will approach to market Cardano. As for more detail, that I think Nico can put some light on it.
Concerning what, Gintama? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that last word.
Like you can put a light on it, how we'll move forward with marketing Cardano.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think so. We're definitely in the process of assembling a marketing strategy for Cardano. And I think one of the main aspects of this is going to be probably events marketing, because that seems to be where the community is wanting us to put some attention. But at the same time, we have to consider projects at the individual level. I think the group is of the opinion, I think we're all on the same page, right? That marketing projects on Cardano and providing the infrastructure and framework and funding needed at a project level is probably one of the best ways to help the ecosystem make some noise in coordination with this globe or higher level global marketing strategy, right? So how do we balance both of these at the same time? Because one thing is helping to promote the ecosystem and the various projects building here, and all of those things have their own very specific, target audiences and KPIs and so on and so forth. And then another thing is, how do we promote the ecosystem Cardano as a brand? Right? How do we raise brand awareness? How do we work with marketing professionals inside and outside of the Cardano ecosystem who are already engaged in traditional marketing channels and crypto marketing and so on and so forth? Like, how do we engage these individuals and these experts and establish strategic partnerships with them and figure out fantastic ideas to work together to get Cardano like on every positive news story coming out of the most popular crypto news media outlets, for example, right? Like there's already a lot of very bullish momentum and narrative behind Cardano. And moving into 2025, if we are strategically poised to orchestrate that, using that word orchestrate, in such a way that we're able to capitalize on strategic partnerships and marketing masterminds from the founding entities and beyond, from people who are in the Cardano ecosystem, like the Rare Evo team, or folks who are initiating events marketing strategies like the Water Group, I believe it is, or Martin might be able to speak more to that. Like there's so much marketing talent inside of the ecosystem already. So really, we need to be able to find that funnel and synthesize the lines of messaging that are going to help us accomplish those high level goals, will also help us accomplish those lower level project grassroots goals. And if we can orchestrate these two things in tandem, I think that's going to be the foundation of our marketing strategy. Help the ecosystem thrive at a high level and help the ecosystem thrive at the project level. So I can speak to that. I don't know what else the leads might want to add to that, but that's, I think, currently where we are in the discussion of the overall strategy.
Yeah, the only thing that I would like to add, because I was thinking of it right now, is and you touched on it, is getting together big players that can do great marketing. And because Intersect, like it's not just the name, it's the intersect of or it's supposed to be the intersect of Cardano community. So hopefully we can get together all the marketers that are in Cardano, and we can do great things and get Cardano to all the people.
Yeah, Martin, you wanted to add something maybe?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that it's not an easy job to gather together a lot of people that have different opinions and different approaches to marketing aspects. And this is my thought, but Cardano is becoming, and it will become definitely, in my opinion, something like a digital nation state. So how the question is, how do you market a whole digital nation state, or let's say digital country? So nobody's done that until now. So we are kind of like in new waters here, and we are trying to bring this all this together. And it's a good thing that we have a lot of people that can contribute on different levels. So we try to gather this information and be able to use it as effectively as possible to market Cardano as a whole and reach to a lot of people. That's the idea, to all the world.
Sorry, my stand is not listening to me. Okay.
Yeah, my mic flips over all the time as well.
Yeah, this
the
year.
problem.
Can you give me some tips? Okay, no,
I think
it's just
you're trying to hypnotize us, right?
yes,
Okay, we can cut it out, right?
yes.
No, it's
Or
not.
why would we cut it out? It's
It's
live.
it's fun.
I was waiting for someone to say that.
By the way, are you
Okay.
streaming this somewhere?
No.
No. Okay.
Okay.
Phew.
Uh,
Ah, my heart pumped.
what was I gonna say? Yeah, I think that the great thing in all of this is that Cardano has gotten so far without any marketing, and that the technology speaks for itself basically, and it kind of makes you think, great, if we are now still in top 10 like crypto, and I think going even higher. You know what, a little bit of good marketing can do wonders, I guess, because I think a lot of other chains are very much more concerned about marketing for all the past years, and not Cardano. So yeah, I think that really just a little push can do wonders in this regard for
Yeah,
Cardano.
what we are doing with the constitution and the whole governance thing, and this trying to develop this nation state, is like the other blockchains are like, we are playing different game here.
Exactly.
They're not even within our game, you know. Like,
They're not even close.
yeah, exactly.
Everyone's going so hard here on Cardano for governance, and I'm absolutely with Martin on that. Like I said earlier, governance is something that's very close to me. And most recently, I come out of the DAO, the world of DAOs, you know, and DAO-based governance with the Clarity Protocol, and figuring out how to activate your community and get them involved and get them engaged and get them to care about whatever your initiative is. Like, this is very important decision making, and we're trying to do it at a global scale with Cardano. And think about how many regions that is, and how many languages that is, and how many different points of view that is. I think what we're trying to accomplish here, in and of itself, is worthy of being marketed. But not in the sense of we're marketing governance, more so we're marketing what we're accomplishing, right? And I think that is phenomenal. Like what we're doing at a global level and who we're uniting and how many nations are participating. Like this needs to be celebrated.
Yeah, exactly.
Agreed, yeah. And also when I watch some, YouTube videos of other blockchains, and they talk about like those problems, I feel like, on Cardano, we already solved that. And we have, this additional feature to that already. And then, I mean, of course, like there's some advantages to Bitcoin, no doubt. Like they're definitely more accepted, right? They have a higher market cap. But then there's those things that are like highly technical, and they have to still be developed, or like they don't even know how they would do that, how they would increase the transaction size. Like it's not going to happen probably, right? Bitcoin is very stale. Then there's Ethereum, where you have where you have a really easy programming language, right? It's easy to get people into Ethereum programming, but they have other problems. As I mentioned, I'm working on this poker application, a decentralized poker application, right? It's not even possible on Ethereum. I always wonder, like, why doesn't it exist on it? But it's not possible. So we're building it on Cardano, and hopefully we have the first decentralized poker application on Cardano.
Yeah, I agree with everything you say. It's such a robust system, technology, for doing so many things digitally. I think a lot of us who are not technical in what they understand cannot even get the full grasp of it. But being here for a few years, you kind of get the idea that this is something different than other blockchains. It's really, like Martin said, building a digital nation. So it's amazing. And when you said now that we are playing a different game than all the others, I think that with this governance thing, like with the last hard fork we got, and all the talks in the past year, it really feels like stepping in some other like area of interest of why are we even here. I guess in Cardano, at least for me, it felt like that. It felt like it takes much more engagement and like dedication to actually learn about those things than just being a part of NFT project, meme coin project, or whatever, which is great in itself. And I will always speak like with great admiration about everyone building those things on Cardano too. But I think it's a big step for all those community members to take to actually then learn about the true nature of Cardano, I guess, and what it can do. And do you think that there is, I'm sure there is still a big discrepancy between people who don't maybe even care about those things and learning about governance? And do you think that one of the goals is also to educate people in Cardano about what it is and what it can be and what we all should be learning a bit more about and using it then?
Yeah, we are working with, like, I mean the community, the Cardano community and the founding entities are working so hard to create this blockchain to be usable in almost everything in our everyday life. So there will be a point that like people will not be able to discard that. So it's like long time ago we used only cash, then the bank came along, so we had to learn some stuff, so how the banks work and etc. But now this is like the next level, so we need to learn how, like, the people need to learn how this works, and when they see and they feel that other people around them use that and it's easier and it's safer and it's better, they will they will just join that, and they will want to learn it even without someone pushing that to them. So this is definitely my opinion. And I was also host of a workshop, a constitutional workshop in Varna, Bulgaria, and like I invited over a lot of people, actually over 400 people. Around 20 showed up, and most of them, they didn't know, like, they didn't know what exactly they are coming to and what they're going to do there. But I used the first hour to explain the whole ecosystem and what is the potential and what is the goal of the community. And when they heard about that, they didn't believe that this is actually possible. Like, the people are they already lost the faith in that there is any kind of chance that these social and economical systems of the world can be changed and can be kind of like fixed, and they can be better. And in the moment that they realize that this is actually a potential, the light in the tunnel that can get us to that state, they're almost jumping out of their chairs of joy that this is actually possible, and they engage more after that, after they realize.
Yeah. I mean, 20 of 400 is not so bad, I think, for a real life event.
Yeah. A lot more wanted to join virtually online, but the idea of the workshop was to be in person at this one particular. So
yeah, of course. Great work for that. Kudos to you to doing that. Amazing. Okay, when we mentioned the events, I know that recently you had Rare Evo presenting their proposal for like events for the next year. I think as you said, like marketing is, and your group especially, is now like getting a bit more traction with meetings and guests which you are getting to come to your meeting and to present something. So one of them was Rare Evo, and they presented their plan proposal for like how to do the community events in the next year. Can someone tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, I'll speak to that real quick. So all cards on the table. Me personally, I loved their presentation. I was an advocate of it. I think it's a great idea and it provides a lot of infrastructure that the marketing working group needs, that Cardano needs in general, right? And but of course there were concerns about centralizing too much of it under one entity and a lot of questions about how the budget would be used and so on and so forth. A lot of which you saw in the Friday meeting kind of get answered and get tackled by the Rare Evo team. I think there were some very fair questions that were asked. So I think it was an excellent demonstration of what Intersect can help the Cardano community accomplish, because that probably wouldn't have been possible outside of this arrangement. Here, like you mentioned, the marketing working group has been picking up steam. You know, we've been our Martin is a workshop host. You know, Gintama and Simone went to the summit. I myself, am doing what I can to promote governance in my part of the world. We're all very active in the ecosystem, and because we all work together, and we work together a lot, like we easily log hours of meeting time outside of the Discord, outside of the general meetings, and you've seen the asynchronous sessions that pop up sometimes. So it's like we are all very in this. We're all very dedicated about this, dedicated to this endeavor. And so when you take all of that and you put it all together, you have a group that's capable of making noise and is well connected. And there's so many marketing experts in the Discord just lurking at any given time that eventually, we're hosting Emergo, we're hosting the CF, we're hosting IOHK, we're hosting representatives from all three founding entities in one of our meetings. And it's overall like a pretty civil atmosphere. People are coming together for the sake of wanting to market Cardano. That's amazing. We're getting, a lot of people who disagree, but we're able to sit down and agree. Cardano is amazing and the world needs to know. So we can start there. That's a fantastic place to start. And I think it was that initiative or that ambiance, that vibe or whatever you want to call it, that brought the Rare Evo team to us, because they came to us, they approached us and they said, we would love to come and present. This is our deck. What do you guys think? And from there, we went into maybe like a week and a half long discussion and review and consultation session with them so that they could get the deck ready to prepare for the MWG, with the intention of helping them prepare for being able to tackle the very difficult endeavor of presenting that sort of information to the Cardano community at large, right? So they went through the consultation period with us. My alternates, my co-leads, I would say, had their concerns and they expressed their concerns. They took that information, they reviewed, they revised, they went through several revisions. We had a couple, like 1 or 2 meetings before the actual meeting on Friday. Everyone chimed in, everyone pitched in, and then you saw the result. And I think that end result is the result of like a initiative that wouldn't have been feasible without the Intersect working group structure as we've established it, right? Like, look at what we accomplished, and who are we in the ecosystem? We're just, we're just a bunch of people who are passionate, right? Amazing.
Yeah, you say just, but that's not just. That's the most important thing maybe, and combining it in one place can do a lot. And yeah, as you said, your work and the efforts which you put in the last month are speaking for themselves. And I think that more and more entities, projects, whoever will be approaching you as one of the most important players in this whole game of marketing Cardano and governance and everything. Are you going to Argentina? Well,
yes, Martin.
Sorry.
Yeah, Martin and I are going to Argentina. We're voted delegates. We're definitely gonna make some pictures for the marketing group.
Nice.
And
nice.
maybe we talked about maybe doing some interviews and stuff. That would be cool.
Let me show a little secret of what we prepared for Argentina.
Oh, you saw it here first, guys.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm showing this on camera. Okay, look at that. Okay, you cannot see it. Okay, maybe like that. Yes, next to me. Because the camera doesn't.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a mouse pad that we prepared for some of the folks there in Argentina. If they do something, they need to comment on the budget buckets for the Intersect. And if they do that, they can win this nice mouse pad.
Amazing. Yeah, that's Cardano.marketing in full effect.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. So both of you two are going. Yeah, I thought Elle also said organized the constitutional workshop, but you two were also involved in those. So great to hear. When are you're traveling very soon, like in a week or so?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know, Simon, when are you traveling? Which
Think-
day are you traveling?
We'll meet on Thursday. Actually in Austria, because his flight is going through Austria, and then we go on the same plane.
Did we synchronize the flights? I think we did, right?
Yeah, of course we did. We were. I
Because-
think we were in voice chat actually when we did
Because
that.
we are going, I'm going with my alternate for the tech week of Cardano. So we are going together, or no? Because I'm flying on 27.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
That's
nice.
Yeah,
I will meet you in the plane.
well, then maybe we meet on Wednesday next week. Yeah, that's possible. I think we arrive on Thursday. Yeah.
On Thursday we arrive, yeah. Long trip. Whole day.
Yeah.
And Salmon and Gintama, you were Dubai Cardano Summit. Do you have any do you have any experiences from there? I'm sure you have.
Well, I can just say it was amazing. Like, heads up to the Cardano Foundation for doing that, and everyone who criticizes it, they don't know what effort and what how special this event is. And I think the main value you get out of the event is connecting with people and building trust, building relationships, and it's invaluable.
Gintama, you have anything to add?
I also share the same thoughts as Simon, that the event was awesome. It was a very amazing experience, and these are very much needed in the crypto space, because most of the time we are online from other parts of the world. These events give us the opportunity to meet and know the people who we are talking with on daily basis, right? So I think we are continuing with these events even in 2025 and more years. And I really want so that everyone from Cardano community can at least attend one event, right, where they meet the people. It really builds a different type of connection than just meeting online.
Yes, I agree. It would be great for every member to at least once try to see all those people in real life. I believe it's so much different. I still haven't been myself to any of the events. We have one proposal trying to organize one small event here in Croatia. We'll see if it passes. Then I guess I'll see some people. Are there any plans for Summit 25 about the location? And I think that I heard that the plan is that you as a group also work on the organization of it or help with it. Can anyone shed some light on that? Yeah.
So Cardano Foundation came to our spot to our meeting, well, recently, spotlight maybe, and they presented their plans for 2025. And the idea is to have multiple events all around the globe, not at the same time, but always maybe like 2 months separated. So North America, South America. The main event is going to be in Europe. It's also going to be something in Asia, in Africa. Every event is going to have kind of a sponsor, who's in Africa is going to be VADA. In South America is probably the LATAM community. In Europe, it's going to be the Cardano Foundation, obviously, because they're in Switzerland. In Asia, it's going to be Emergo. And because there was some feedback about having one big event is, something that's really special, where, everyone from around the globe can connect. They have the main event in Europe next year. Maybe the year after that, maybe they'll have it in Asia or something. But yeah, that is the information that we have right now. Is there anything else I forgot, guys?
I mean, I think these things are still yet to be determined, and there's probably going to be a lot of discussion and coordination that needs to happen going into 2025. But yeah, like I don't know, I don't think you have left anything out. And also, let's not forget to mention the Cardano Foundation's proposal. I know that when it was first brought to the community, there was a lot of backlash because the Latin America was left out. But apparently, they've since taken that information, course corrected, or either in the process of drafting or presenting a new presentation that takes that into account. So like that's fantastic. That's the intersect effect, right? It's a community feedback, a founding entity paying attention to what the community wants. And now we have a different proposal that better reflects that representation that we need in Latin America. So the overall process, working with the Rare Evo team, with Cardano Foundation, and like that's what we're here to do. We're here to figure out how to get all of these teams to collaborate because we have the marketing power. We just need to work together and then expand, of course.
Yeah, and also really got to commend, them working together with the community. They had a master class at the summit, which was like, just a room with like, I don't know, 30, 40 people in it. And then you had like a facilitator at the front, and they were talking about, they were involved with the summit, and they were talking about the summit. In the case of the summit, it was Vada who already made kind of a proposal, and the whole room had a chance to chime in, as well as the community, because I think they've been pretty vocal, and we tried our best as well to involve them.
Yeah, El, you said one great combination of two words, intersect effect. I like it, and I think we will see that more and more in the future, and you have already seen it in many cases till now. Well, great. I don't know if I have any more questions for the moment. I really think that I love this conversation, and it kind of made a good summary of everything that was happening in the past month and is happening at the moment, and what are your immediate next steps and what else you have to do. Good presentation of marketing working group. I think it would be very valuable also to kind of meet again in half a year or a year or sooner, I don't know, and see how things changed, how things evolved, and how it's even more structured, organized. What were the big wins that you had, and how you put ADA to $5, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to say to the people that are watching this in the recording, I will share in the chat the Linktree account for marketing working group. So everybody is welcome to look at that, join us if anyone is interested of participating in Cardano governance. So feel welcome to join the Intersect marketing working group.
Yeah, I shall put it in the show notes when I publish it. Thank you for that. And yeah, that's the best thing to do, to get involved yourself and help everyone who is putting their efforts in. Is there anything else maybe that any of you wants to add to all of this, or that something important that we didn't mention maybe?
Yeah, definitely. Let me jump in here because I want to make sure this part needs to get recorded for sure. I want to thank everyone who's been a part of the marketing working group and who has struggled with us and who has, fought hard by our side and who has come and brought their expertise and their time and their talent. Keep in mind, audience who is listening, Cardano fam, none of us are paid. None of us are Intersect employees. All of this is a completely volunteer. That's why we're talking about a budget, because possibly if it gets passed, we might get funded and we might be able to provide compensation for all the fantastic experts we've been consulting, in addition to providing, a lot of possibilities for the ecosystem marketing, consumer marketing initiatives. So that's great. That being said, right, a huge shout out to Martin and Gintama and Simone and everyone who's a part of the group. Once again, like phenomenal team, phenomenal effort. The heart is there, the spirit is there, the drive is there, right? And I want to also make sure it's very clear that our Friday meetings, we want to open them up for community projects at the community level, at the grassroots level, whether it's a marketing initiative or just an idea you might have or whatever. It's not just for the founding entities or for Emergo, for the rare team. It's great that they contacted us. Amazing. Wow. But really, we want to highlight the community. What are you doing? What's your marketing initiative? What's your project? What do you think is worth discussing? What are your ideas for how we could market the ecosystem? And I want to extend that invitation to everyone. We're very happy to speak with different projects. We're very happy to help highlight what you're working on and what your initiative it is. Please come contact any one of us. We're always happy to chat. Hop in the Discord, come say hi. We'd love to see you there. And then, yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, there's so many more people that deserve to be up here and talk about the marketing working group.
Next time we invite 100 people. Please, Martin, when you have the transcript and the notes, take everything that Elle just said and send it to me so I can make like a public statement about Intersect.
Will do, definitely. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for inviting us for this podcast. I think this kind of conversations are very valuable for the community to listen to understand more. And of course, it's all starting with the willingness to learn and to listen to videos and understand what what we do is actually our what we do there. So people need to understand what we do, why we do it, and what is the ecosystem all about.
Yeah, more transparency also. Yeah, and that's a big part of this Cardano game, I guess. Great. Yeah, and thank you, all of you, very much. I really enjoyed the conversation. Thank you for your time, and yeah, we'll see each other in chats, and I'm sure we'll talk more and collaborate more, and yeah, future is bright.
Yeah, and thank you as well, right? I mean, you're doing marketing here as well, and thank you. That is really appreciated.
Yes, thank you so much for everything you do in the ecosystem. And thank you so much for having us, Mateo. We really appreciate the chance we had to just come and chat with you.
Thank you. Thank you.